do you get to make the first right of refusal for what you make? Or can you make a solo project on the low and release it after your contract? Now, this is getting into the real nitty gritty publishing stuff. I don't know if you want to go into all that.
No, I'm happy to.
Okay.
Um, so if they're talking about in terms of publishing, um, the first right of refusal, like everything. So songwriting and labels are a bit different because publishing is like you as a person, as a songwriter, right? Like it's me, Jeremy. So anything I write for the period of the deal, it falls under that umbrella, right? So it could be for whatever project. It encompasses all of that. But my deal with Columbia as an artist, which is most producers don't have to worry about this, but my deal with Columbia as an artist technically is only for Sarcastic Sounds, right? So me, Jeremy, could start another project and release. This is theoretically, like you wouldn't because it would piss your label off, but I could theoretically start Sarcastic or Sounds, right? Or Sarcastic Sounds 2 or whatever.
Right.
And put out music like that because they only have the exclusivity on Sarcastic Sounds. So, and then also I don't have to release anything. Like I don't like for my publishing deal, I don't like if I make a song and I don't like it, my publisher can't be like, we're giving the song to whoever. Like I can say no.
Is that a right or clause you had to fight for? Because
No,
usually,
that's universal. And
okay,
in my experience, and I'm sure this differs from people, but usually like labels, at least in my experience, want you to be happy with the song as well. Like they don't, it's in nobody's best interest to put out shit that you don't like.
right, right. Now, if not, if you don't put out anything as you mentioned, and you had an advance, how would that work? Because you got an advance to put out music,
Right.
but you choose not to put out any music. That just extends your contract longer than the term.
Yeah. So I believe publishing, excuse me, sorry. Publishing, there's no obligation to put out X number of records because a lot of the time too, it's for songwriters and you don't necessarily have control over how many records come out because you're not the artist, right? But for a record deal, you do have an obligation for a number of songs in a period of time, but you can choose the songs is more the point I'm making about the record deal. Like, and it depends. And people have lots of problems like with labels kind of force them to put shit out. But theoretically, you guys have to both agree on the songs to put out. So there is an obligation on the record label side for sure.
Okay. Now you're in the position of artist and producer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How does that
Yeah.
play into the whole mystique of it all, being that you're on both sides of it as opposed to just the producer?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely is really, really, really helpful on both sides of it to have an artist project that has some sort of traction. It helps a lot getting your foot in the door on the production side as well. And it's two sources of revenue, and it's just it makes it a lot easier to diversify. And there's a lot more money um, once you get sort of further along in being an artist. Like artists, the top artists, it goes without saying, but the top artists make way more money than producers do. So that's a benefit. I'm not saying that I make a ton of money being an artist or whatever, but it
Right.
just like there's definitely the ceiling is a lot higher when you're
Right.
an artist
Right.
than when you're a producer.